Hello and welcome to a new video. So I am gonna go through every single series I am in the middle of, and if I'm gonna continue them with a yes, no or maybe. I think this is a good video to make just for myself because I have no idea on how many series I am in the middle of. So let's go through my current read. So I read Once Upon a Broken Heart about 2 months ago, and I wasn't the biggest fan, but I did want to continue them because I already own the second and third one. I am now currently reading The Ballad of Never After. I just started it and I really hope I'm going to prefer it. Now I am making a little reading vlog, which I will upload next Thursday. So if you are curious on my thoughts on this one and see if I prefer it or not, keep an eye out for that video. But yeah, so this is currently a maybe. I feel like if I don't end up loving this one either, I probably won't finish the series and I probably won't read the third one, which is A Curse for True Love. I will probably just unhaul them, but I'm really hoping that I do like the second one because I hear so many people loving this book in particular, so the second one in the series. So it's going to be a maybe. Also, yes, I have dyed my hair. It's now dark and short. Because in my previous videos, I had long blonde hair, but yeah, I cut it. So I'm actually very happy with it, especially because it's still very, very hot in my apartment. So having short hair definitely feels a lot nicer. But yeah, the next one I will be talking about, I actually did just unhaul them, and it's the Zodiac Academy. So I read the first and the second one, and I enjoyed the first one. And the second one was alright too. Like, they're not great books, but I can see why a lot of people find them entertaining. I just know that I didn't like it enough to be reading 9 books of them because it's a big series. So I didn't like it enough for me to keep them. So I will not be continuing Zodiac Academy. Like, I do love a good academic fantasy setting. This one, I don't know, it was just a bit cringy. I couldn't connect to the characters either, so yeah. So there's no point in me to rereading 9 books about those characters, so that's gonna be a no. I read The Shadow of the Gods by John Quinn. I can't remember when. I really liked it, and I've talked about this book a good few times on my channel, and that's because it's the only high fantasy book I've ever read, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's kind of Norse inspired. Yeah, it's really cool, kind of almost inspired by like Norse mythology. That's kind of the vibe it's giving. And yeah, it's about gods and the shadow of the gods, and it's about these 3 characters, and you kind of follow every single characters, and they kind of go through different things, but all 3 of them do kind of decide the fate of this world. So I am really excited to continue the next one. It's quite a thick book, and I feel like I just really need to be in the right mindset for it. But this is definitely a yes. I am definitely going to be continuing this series. I immediately got the third one as well because I do really like these characters and the world. So I know I'm going to enjoy this whole trilogy, and I'm really excited to continue it. So yes, I am definitely going to be continuing the Bloodsworn trilogy. And now a book about dragons, because who doesn't love dragons? Well, it's A Language of Dragons and A War of Wyverns. I absolutely loved this book. And I kind of like this one. Didn't like it nowhere near as much as the first one though. And there is going to be a third one. I'm pretty sure because this ended up on a cliffhanger. I am not sure if I want to continue with this series. I thought this would have been better as a duology and not a trilogy. Now, I might read it. I guess I'm going to just wait and see what the third one will be really about. But I'm in no rush to read it either. Maybe someday, just because I did absolutely love A Language of Dragons, and this one was just not as good. So I guess I'll see. Maybe the third one I will love again. This one really has like dark academia vibes to it. I really like the found family in it, the character development and the character growth. Now this one still had character growth, but the found family wasn't as aware, and it was definitely more war based, which I was intrigued by. It just lacked a bit of more of the depth that Language of Dragons had, if that makes sense. But I would definitely recommend these books if you like dragons and dark academia. It's not very like romantic. There is like a sprinkle of romance in there, but that's definitely not the focus of the story. And now a dystopian book, which I never read dystopian books, but I feel like they're making a comeback. And even growing up, I never read dystopian books. I would watch the movies like Hunger Games and Maze Runner and Divergent and stuff, so I'm aware of those stories and like I know those stories, but I never grew up reading dystopian books. But I know that they're becoming a little bit more popular again, so I really wanted to try one myself, and I read To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast, and I feel like this is one of the less popular dystopian books. I haven't heard many people talk about this, but it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I liked these characters. There's again nice family in it. I liked the romance part. It made me kind of, giggly, and the tension in it, and just the whole story, it had me hooked from page one, and I'm really excited to be reading the second one, so I will most definitely continue with this series, The Cage of Wild Bird. I don't know when the next one is coming out. Like, I do think there is a release date already, so I'm gonna keep my eye out for that one. But this is a dystopian book. It's about this girl who is kind of this assassin. Normally, I absolutely hate assassins, FMCs. I find that so boring. This one, I don't know, she's fine. It's fine. It's not a big part of the book anyways, but her brother gets arrested, and so she wants to go and save her brother. So she gets herself arrested because in this prison that they're being sent to, basically the rich can pay to hunt these prisoners. So they basically, the prisoners, they get sent out on this field, and these rich people that paid for hunting them can hunt them, and they have to go and try and survive. And so she wants to save her brother. And, there is this guard around, so I'm sure you know where I'm going with that. But yeah, really fun, great fun. And now a book series duology that I know I'll be continuing it because it's going to be my next read. And the first one is The Crimson Moth, and it's by Kristen Cicerelli. It's basically a witch and a witch hunter. That's all you need to know. Great romance, lots of fun, fast-paced. But yeah, after I finish The Ballad of Never After, I want to be reading The Rebel Witch. I hope I can still read it before I go on holiday, because I'm going in a week's time. And yes, so I will definitely be continuing it and finishing this duology, and I'm so excited because I really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised by it, because Romantasy can be definitely hit or miss with me. I just don't like a lot of the romance parts in Romantasy because it always just feels more lust over love, and I'm more of like the romantic kind of person. I just love romance. Yeah, there needs to be a reason for them to fall in love rather than just them finding each other very attractive. And I thought this one did a great job. I thought it was fun and great ending. So I am excited to be reading the second one. So that one is definitely a yes. I will be continuing that one. And now one that is going to be a maybe, and it's The Serpent in the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I've been trying to read The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King for so long. I started like listening to it, but I don't really listen like to audiobooks, so it's taking me ages. I do think one day I want to read it, but it's 700 pages long. Then like, does it need to be 700 pages long? I don't know. I think one day, maybe when I have less books on my physical TBR, I will probably reach for it and read it. But again, I'm in no rush. And I still remember most things of the first book. So it's not like I feel like I need to rush before I forget everything that happened in the first one. So yeah, I did like the characters. And I actually do think The Serpent and the Wings of Night is a great adult romantasy. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fun and had cool trials in it and vampires. I liked the romance. I liked the FMC. Just, I don't know, something is just putting me off on reading this one. If you've read it, is it worth it? Is it worth 700 pages long? I don't know. Also, I am so annoyed. I pre-ordered the second one like a few months ago, and it was so delayed that it's now arriving like right in the middle of my holiday, so I won't be able to, so I had to cancel it. And I'm so annoyed because it was supposed to arrive yesterday, and it was Daybreak by Autumn Woods, and the first one is Nightshade. And I was so excited to read the second one because I absolutely loved this one. It was so much fun, and I'm so annoyed. There is a Waterstones where I'm gonna go, so I probably will just buy it in like Waterstones or something like that. Yeah, so it's Nightshade, so I will definitely continue this book, and I think it's a duology, which is sad because I could definitely read more of these books. I loved it. It's a dark academia. It has a murder mystery plot to it, and just fun, so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I read it so quickly. Like, if you're in a reading slump, this is the perfect book to be reading, because it's not like just because it's so addictive. So I will definitely be continuing with this series, and I am hoping I can maybe read it on my holiday. So the next one is This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me by Ilona Andrews, and this is going to be yes. I thought it was fun. I'm excited to see where it's going. I love the concept of this one. It's basically the FMC. She, just goes to sleep in the normal world, and she wakes up in her favorite book series of all time. I'm pretty sure a trilogy, but only the first 2 books are out. And the author has kind of disappeared off the earth, so she has no idea when it's coming out. So she doesn't know how the book is ending. She recognizes most of the characters, the world, stuff like that, and she kind of knows what happens to most of these characters. And so basically she tries to alter a few things. There's a nice found family in it as well. It's kind of giving like Game of Thrones world, so it's not a nice whimsical world. It's a bit darker, but I would definitely continue with this one. And now the Entangled with Fae series by Sonia Odette. I read the first, I think it's 4 books. Yes, 4 books. So I only have the 5th one left. I don't know if she's gonna make more because they're all interconnected standalones. But the last one is A Dream So Wicked, and it's a Sleeping Beauty retelling. So every single book in this series is a different princess retelling, and this is a Sleeping Beauty retelling. So I will definitely finish the series. I've really enjoyed all of them so far, and I will definitely recommend them. So they are princess retellings, but they are fantasy, and they have just great twists to them. I really enjoyed it. And then I have Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. I read this 2 months ago, 1 month ago, 2 months ago. I actually enjoyed it. It's not my favorite book of all time, and I haven't really been too excited to read the second one, but I do own the second one, which is Bespelled. So I will be continuing the series. I am just not in a rush necessarily because I didn't like the MMC in this book, but I really liked the FMC. She was funny, which I like a lot, and definitely saved the book, and the story was kind of interesting, I guess, and I am curious to see where it's going. I think the 3rd one came out as well, I'm not sure. So I think for now I will be continuing the series. I'm just not in any rush to do so. Of Blades and Wings by Eliza Rein. When I read it, I immediately wanted to get the second one, and I was like, yes, I want to continue this book. Then I found out that it's being traditionally published, so I couldn't get my hands on the second one, and it wasn't out yet as well, so I couldn't get the second one. And because of that, I slowly just started forgetting about this book, and I can't even really remember what happened. So now I'm not sure if I want to continue it. I might actually unhaul it, just because there's so many books out there that I want to read. And do I want to continue a series that I am just never thinking about anymore? Look, it is very addictive, fast paced. It's a trilogy. There is you can see how skinny it is, and it's just a lot of fun. I did like the characters, the world. It's basically this girl, and she has to do falconry training, and she has to bond with this ancient animal, which is always fun. I love when there's animals involved in stories. And yeah, so it's gonna be a maybe. I might read the second one, or I might unhaul it. So I don't know. We shall see. And then one of my first romantasy books I've ever read. I read this after Fort Wing, and it's actually an indie series, and it's by The Orchid and the Owl and By the Moonbeam and the Mist Way by Maria Montoya. I absolutely loved these books. I especially loved the first one, and I enjoyed the second one. I do think I'm gonna continue them, just because they did help me get into reading as well. I just feel like if I would read them now, I wouldn't love it as much, because my reading taste has definitely changed. I am definitely a lot more picky about my books. I didn't have anything to compare it to, not really, besides Fort Wing. But even then, I've already unhauled Fort Wing because I didn't like Iron Flame. So yeah, I unhauled that one already. And I kind of now know what I like in books and what I don't like. And even though I did like these, I don't think I was as connected to the characters as I normally would like. But I do think I might get to the 3rd one eventually, and I do think I'm going to continue it. Also, just because the covers are really pretty. I really like the covers. And just because I did like it. And it is an academic setting. And yeah, all I'm going to say is, so, it's an academic setting on this island. and she has a forbidden power. And just like this other guy who kind of helps her with that. And the FMC can talk to animals, that's her power, which is just so much fun. And this guy is gonna help her to keep her power secret and hidden because it's forbidden and you don't want the council to find out, right? So yeah, I did enjoy it. It was a lot of fun, especially the first one. I can't remember much from the second one, if I'm honest. Like, if I am gonna read the third one, I do think I'm gonna have to reread the second one. So we shall see. Let me see if I'm like, are those all the books I'm in the middle of? That's not a lot, actually. Let me have a look. I might be wrong. Oh, I forgot Boys of Tommen. Of course, I'm going to be continuing Boys of Tommen. I have no idea when the next one will come out, but I absolutely love that series. It's one of my favorite series of all time. So I will definitely be continuing that series. And I'm really excited for when the new books comes out. And then I have The Witcherlies and The Witcherly Love and Other Curses. I read them both. I really liked the first one. I didn't really like the second one, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I think the next one's coming out in October or something. And I am quite disappointed by the second one. I was expecting more of it, but I was so bored. I guess it depends what the third one is about. But yeah, it's about witches in the Regency era, and it's basically, you know, how in Regency era you kind of have to go out in society and to find a husband, wife, whatever. And basically in this, instead of finding a husband or wife, you want to find someone you can tether your magic with, as you can see. So basically they can use their magical powers together. And yeah, so it's basically called A Magical Season, and I thought it was so fun. I really loved the concept of it. It was just very entertaining. But then this one, I don't know. I was just so bored. So it depends. It's gonna be a maybe. Now there are actually quite a lot of series that I have on hold over the last year, so I can just quickly rapid fire through them. So like, I have read The Cruel Prince, I read the second, no, I DNF'd the second one, and so I know I'm not gonna ever continue with that one. I already on hold it, so I love the world. I just didn't like Jude. I wasn't a fan of Jude. I couldn't connect with her, and because of that, I couldn't connect to the story, and I didn't really care what was going on. So yeah, I had to sadly DNF that one. And then we have Ledge by Stacey McEwen. I didn't like this book at all. The FMC felt like a robot. She was such a robot. Like, I'm not even gonna explain what this book is about. And like I said earlier, I also on hold Fort Wing. I never read Onyx Storm, so I'm not gonna be continuing that with that series either. Oh, I actually forgot about a book. I have Anathema by Carrie Lake. I do think I want to continue with this one. The second one has been out for a while. I don't own it yet, and I do think I will have to reread it if I want to read it. But I think one day I will continue it. Again, I'm not in a rush to finish it or read or continue it. But yeah, I think I will continue it one day. But I think those were all the series I am in the middle of. I read a lot of standalones actually, so I don't read that many series. I have no idea how many series that was in total either. Definitely, I feel like kind of under control a bit. I have a lot of series, like first of series on my bookshelf, so I still have a lot to start. But yeah, these are all the ones I'm in the middle of, so that will bring us to the end of this video. I'm curious, how many series are you in the middle of? Let me know down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.